Welcome to the 2025 General Election Meet the Candidate Interview Forum. My name is Lindsay Allen, and along with my colleagues Naomi Bouts, Javis Cornett, Hilo Hancock, and Tyrell Stevenson, we'll be your moderators for this year's Meet the Candidate series. This year's forum is presented by the Hagedon Media Group, Quicksilver Studios, and the Joint Public Policy Committee, which represents the Coeur d'Alene Regional, Hayden, Post Falls, and Rathdrum Chambers of Commerce, in partnership with the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls Press. Our Meet the Candidate series features a comprehensive lineup of local races, giving you the opportunity to hear directly from the individuals seeking to serve our communities. This year's interviews include candidates running for Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, Hayden, and Rathdrum City Councils, Coeur d'Alene and Post Falls mayoral races, Coeur d'Alene, Post Falls, and Lakeland School Boards. Each candidate will discuss their priorities, perspectives, and approach to the issues shaping North Idaho's future. Candidates will have 1 minute to introduce themselves, 2 minutes to answer each of 3 questions, and 1 minute for closing remarks. We hope this forum helps you cast an informed, confident vote in our upcoming elections.
Great. Well, we are here with Allison Burnett, and Allison is running for the Lakeland School Board in Zone 5. Allison, why don't you take a minute and tell us about yourself and why you're running?
Well, the reason that I'm running, we have 3 children in the Lakeland School District. They are currently in 4th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And we have just been thrilled with our experience at Lakeland. Everything from the administration to the teachers to the coaches, we've just really enjoyed our time there. So I was kind of looking for a way to get more involved and see how I could help. And this seat was coming available. So I decided to throw my name in the hat.
Very good. So we have 3 questions for you tonight. You'll have 2 minutes to answer each one. And the first question we have for you is, what is your take on the use of public money for private schools and homeschoolers in our state?
Well, I think that Idaho is a very unique state in the way that the public schools are funded. So currently, Idaho ranks 50th as far as per student funding in our nation. So unfortunately, the pot of money that's being used for public education is already fairly small. So taking any of those funds out for any one specific group, I think is a challenge, just because we have issues as is with our funding model. So currently the state covers about 60% of the school's funding needs. And as is, we're dependent upon levies, which have traditionally been a challenge to get passed and are fairly controversial in our neighborhoods. So, taking any additional money out of those funds that would originally be allocated to the public schools, I think is very challenging.
Very good. Thank you. So the next question we have for you tonight is, what do you believe is the most critical area you see that needs improvement in education?
Well, specific to the Lakeland School District, I think the biggest area of improvement right now is the communication between the district and the community. So it feels as though right now the community feels out of the loop as far as the levies are concerned, the funding is concerned, how decisions are made within the district. So sort of bridging that communication and making sure that parents feel involved and that they have a voice in the system, I think that would immediately help the overall feeling of the district.
Okay, thank you. And the final question we have for you this evening is, some districts, as you probably know, have gone to a 4-day school week. Mm-hmm. Is that something you support? Why or why not?
Okay. Well, I kind of have a personal side of this question as well. Our family, we had our children at the STEM school in Rathdrum for about 7 years. We had a wonderful experience there and have nothing but great things to say about the teachers there. But we decided to move over to Lakeland because we knew that the kids were wanting to be involved in sports and some other activities that we wanted them to have the option of being involved in. But we were used to that 4-day model for 7 years before moving over to Lakeland last year. And for our family, it worked really well. We are in the restaurant business. We have a pizza restaurant out in Hauser, and we don't open until 4 p.m. So for us, it really didn't matter either way whether the kids were in school on Friday because we were home anyway. But to have a day that was dedicated to dentist appointments or checkups with the doctor or, just basic family trips or anything, it was nice to have that Friday available to do so. From the school perspective, if you look at a district like Kellogg, they moved from the 5-day to the 4-day, and they saw their attendance rates increase by 4%. So being that our schools are funded based on our attendance, not our enrollment, that attendance number becomes very important. So as we're trying to kind of scrape by with levies and whatnot, if there's a way to immediately increase our attendance rate and then have more money coming to the school, it seems like that's worth experimenting with.
Okay, thank you. And finally, Allison, you'll have a minute to tell the voters what you want them to know in a closing statement.
Okay, well, in closing, I believe that while I am new in this sort of a role, I am very eager to learn. I just within the last month have felt like I've learned so much about policy, about the budget, about the way that things have been working the last 4 years. I think that Bob Jones, who is our current trustee in Zone 5, has done a phenomenal job. I think that he's leaving very big shoes to fill. He was a wealth of knowledge and experience within the Lakeland School District, and that's going to be challenging for anybody to walk in and try and replace him in any way. But I'm confident that I am smart, I'm willing to learn, I'm very good at working with others, so collaborating to come to decisions together. I know that I can do that job and I can represent our zone well.
Very good. Thank you. And thanks for being with us tonight.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Allen. I am a local realtor with EXP. I wanted to get involved. I wanted to do more volunteering, but I never really knew where to start. Being involved with the chamber has exposed me to so many different people and causes and nonprofits and volunteer opportunities and leadership opportunities that I would never get anywhere else. If you have a heart for service and you're looking to get involved or you want to do something bigger than you need to be here at the chamber. Come down here, come to an event, get involved, get on a committee, and give back.
Now we have Chris Beatty, who is running for Zone 4, Lakeland School Board. Chris, welcome.
Thank you.
So we are going to start with a 1-minute intro, and then I will have 3 questions. You'll have 2 minutes to answer, and then you'll have a minute to give a concluding statement.
Excellent.
Okay, so we can start with an introduction.
Okay. My name's Chris Beatty. I've lived in the area for around 30 years. I came in for a new job as a mechatronic engineer, which means that I have a discipline in electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, and kinematic engineering. And that's for designing the controllers for robotics and CNC machines. And so I've been doing that for almost 35 years. I have a wife, 3 kids. My youngest is in the Lakeland School District. She's in academics and also in sports.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, first question. What is your take on the use of public money for private schools and homeschoolers in our state?
Okay, you're talking about House Bill 93. So I think Idahoans should have a choice, and I'm okay with them having a choice. I think that's good and healthy. As far as one of the big fears that I hear is people are concerned about what's going to happen to the funding for public school systems. I think Idaho's already bottomed out as far as funding for the public school systems. We're already 50th in the nation. And even beyond that, if you just look within Idaho, the 272 district receives around $10,500 per student per year. If you look at Lewiston, Moscow, even Wallace, Boise, all those other school districts are receiving 20 to 30 to 40% more than we are at 272. So I understand the fear and what it's going to do to our funding, but I'm not sure how much lower the state of Idaho can take us. So I think we may be able to have the best of both worlds, where people that want to homeschool or send their kids to Christian schools or other private schools can do so and get a voucher, but the Idaho school system can remain as funded as they are and possibly even better.
Okay, thank you. Second question. What is the most critical area you see that needs improvement in education?
In education in general is going to be questions. What I mean by that is I enjoy being challenged when it comes to my understanding of science, mathematics, where I'm in my faith. I think questions are healthy. And so I would like to see more questions. Here's an idea I had that I've been thinking about is, how there's the Olympics, right? So the Olympics are for sports. I'd like to see something like an I-Olympics. So the schools, including ones in 272, they bring together the debate team, the chess team, the science fair projects. That's how I got a lot of my school funding, was through science fairs and winning scholarships. And let's have the schools compete. Let's invite the homeschoolers in as well and have them debate as well. So I want to see more challenges as far as questions, bring the sports type of atmosphere to the academics.
Okay, thank you. And last question. Some districts have gone to 4-day school weeks. Mm-hmm. Do you support that? Why or why not?
That's a dual-sided coin. In some ways, it creates a better environment for retaining teachers. It provides for families to have 4-day weekends. But on the flip side of that, it also puts stresses on parents and families with littles who now have to have be able to have their kids watched on Fridays, and that's a problem. So, and I know as far as the budget is concerned, it really doesn't swing the budget 20%, right? You still have to you're still going to pay your teachers the same amount of money. The reimbursement for mileage on buses is based on miles traveled, not how many days of the week that you use them. So long story short, there's not much of a budgetary reason. It's really the primary reason to do it is to create a better environment for the students and the teachers. However, again, it puts a bit of stress on those families with young kids that need daycare.
All right, we're already ready for your concluding statements, Chris. So you have 1 minute to address.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the platform you guys are offering here. What I'd say about myself as far as running for school board is I see myself as a a facts over feeling person. There's a lot of complex issues when it comes to the school district. I know there's a lot of fears in the community, but I want to take an approach that is balanced. And what I mean by balance is like I did before, look at both sides of an issue, be open-minded, set my predispositions aside, and so that I can learn from having a conversation with you or whomever. What is the issue? Where are the facts? Where are the fears? How can we alleviate those fears? And just do the best job that we can for the school district. 272 is a low budget, high performance school district that needs to be protected.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Joint Public Policy Committee representing the Coeur d'Alene Regional, Hayden, Post Falls, and Rathdrum Chambers of Commerce, in partnership with the Hagedon Media Group, the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls Press, Lindsay, Tyrell, Javis, Hilo, and I want to thank all of the candidates for taking part in this year's Meet the Candidate series. We also extend our thanks to the production teams at Quicksilver Studios, Hagedon Media Group, and the Coeur d'Alene Press. And of course to you, the voters, for watching and learning about the individuals who wish to serve our community. Over the 2 evenings, we've listened to those who aim to lead and represent our cities and schools. And because voting is one of the most powerful rights and responsibilities we share as Americans, we encourage everyone to stay engaged, stay informed, and most importantly, exercise your right to vote.